Hey honeys, it's Ams and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you some Valentine's Day gift ideas. And here we have our first Valentine's Day bow. I'm going to be using pipe cleaners. I have my cutting board to measure off the ribbon. I'm going to be using deco mesh, red and pink. And also I have my rotary cutter, so let's get to it. So I'm starting by measuring the ribbon using my board, and the ribbon is going to be cut into 10-inch pieces, so that gives me enough ribbon to actually roll and make this really pretty fluffy bow. Now that I have my ribbon spread across the board, I'm coming in with my rotary cutter, and you see I'm struggling because my rotary cutter is very dull, so make sure you use one that's definitely better than mine and not played out. For this bow, I'll be using 4 pieces of deco mesh, so just make sure it's full. Next step is to roll the deco mesh, so roll it all the way to the ends, and then I'm going to just place it off to the side as I roll the rest of them. I just take all the ribbon, bundle it up together, and use my pipe cleaner to secure it. And yeah, really easy. So yeah, just cut off any of the ends that really stick out or anything that sticks out in the midst of the bow. E6000 and the Gorilla Glue spray are great adhesives, so I like to use these so that the deco mesh doesn't continue to unravel and have any of those crazy ends. So I have my gift already wrapped. They are some Victoria's Secret house shoes. Super great gift to give someone. Love them. They're super comfy. But I'm going to be using some Scotch tape to tape the bow on top of the gift. Sorry that I didn't show you guys the house shoes before. I had already wrapped them a few days prior. Also, if you are interested in seeing the house shoes, I have linked them in the description box below. Once the bow is secured, I just go in and I cut my pipe cleaner and wrap it and tuck. Now I'm going to start arranging the bow to my liking, and then fluff, fluff, fluff. That's it. You are finished. This Galentine's basket is affordable and super cute. I got this basket from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to stuff it with some cotton all at the bottom. Make sure I don't have any of my items falling out. This Good Morning Gorgeous mug is super cute, and I stuffed some rose petals in there, and I'm going to put a small bear in there as well. The next item I'll be adding is a small bottle of wine, because who doesn't like wine? Just make sure that you get the kind that they like, and yeah, it's perfect. Also, I've decided to include a small lip gloss off to the side, and I have a card from my friend, and we call each other sisters, so and I also included a foot brush for self-care. Since this basket is so small, I'm going to be adding just chocolates because I can't fit an actual hot chocolate in it, but this will do. I actually had a bow left over from a different gift, so I'm going to be using that and fluff it out. So I have my cello wrap, and I'm going to use pipe cleaners to secure the basket. So as I gather the cello wrap, I just try to make sure that I get those sides because they're so short. I try to stuff them in between, and I try to straighten out the front of the cello wrap so it won't look just so bunchy in the front like it does in the back. But it's tough because the basket is so small that I'm not probably going to get, exactly the look I would like, but it'll look cute. I'm using one pipe cleaner to twist around the basket and secure it, and I wish I would have got this much tighter, guys. Like, look how loose it is, but it's okay because the bow will cover up the slack. Okay, so now that the bow is secure, just fluff, and yes, we are finished. This is so cute. Love it. For this Valentine's Day wreath, I'll be using some red roses, also this gold ribbon to make a bow a little bit later, but I'm starting off with red deco mesh, gluing the edge of the deco mesh to the outer first ring of the middle frame. After letting the glue dry for just a few seconds, I am now starting the base layer. I am wrapping in a diagonal, and you will see that. I just have to make sure that I wrap it as tight as possible. You do not want any gaps in this ribbon. Once you get the wrapping motion, it's pretty simple, and I decided to do half of the wreath off video because for the sake of the video and time. When I get to the end of the ribbon, I just take a little bit of glue, not too much because I don't want the glue to go through the deco mesh, but I'm just gluing it down, and then I'm going to take a new piece of ribbon and start from the back side and proceed with wrapping. Finally, we are finished. Well, at least with this part. So I'm going to use some glue and glue down the edge of the ribbon and then cut off the excess ribbon. It's bow time. Okay, so I'm leaving off 2 to 3 inches at the end of the cardboard. This cardboard is measured out to be 4 inches. I already had cut it, and then that will make the bow, basically the loops, be around 2 inches. And this is a very, very small bow, but the bow that I am using to be the outside bow, because this will be put inside of that bow, is about already 4 inches. So I had to make this one very small to fit inside of that bow. Also, I forgot to mention that I wrapped this ribbon around 6.5 times, so there will be at least 3 loops on each side. So you can just easily turn the ends of the ribbon to the outside of the ribbon because sometimes it's facing the wrong direction. After that, I just fold it in half and I cut small triangles on the inside because this makes it so much easier to secure the middle of the bow with a zip tie. Now that the bow is secured with the zip tie, I'm just going to fluff it out and get ready to place it on the inside of the other bow. Make sure that you cut the zip tie off so this won't stick out on the other bow. Alright, so I have my red bow. It was made off camera previously, and I have a pipe cleaner on there instead of a zip tie because I'm going to use the pipe cleaner to secure the gold bow in place. To secure this gold bow in the middle, I'm just going to tie it several times. The pipe cleaner will be extra tight because I do not want this bow to move at all. So for this wreath, I actually wanted the tails of the ribbon to be shorter, so I'm just going in and cutting them pretty short. Now I'm just cutting dovetails because it's very dainty and cute. So I thought a red foam glittery heart would be the perfect centerpiece for this bow, and I actually got these from Hobby Lobby. I really like them. It's just an extra little flair to the wreath. I was going to glue the bow down, but instead I decided to just use the pipe cleaners and wrap and tie it. So I cut the flowers off camera, and now I am using my glue pot, and I have Gorilla Glue inside of there, the Gorilla Glue Sticks. It's the best glue, I feel like, when you're gluing down flowers. It just really secures it in place. But yeah, but you have to be really careful. As you see, I'm getting really messy and everything is getting sticky. But yeah, a good way to also take off excess glue is using a little bit of rubbing alcohol. So watch out for this glue, okay? Oops. Sometimes I drop it in there as well, but we have to try so hard to not drop the flowers in the glue pot because the glue is sometimes tough to get off the flowers. So be very, very careful. So I actually let the wreath dry off camera, and now I am just fluffing out the bow and we are done. So last I'm doing a Valentine's Day gift basket, and you can see this basket is pretty large. So I'm using some newspaper to fill the bottom of the basket all the way up to the top so you can actually see the items that I used. Also, I already have some cello wrap that is around the basket. I went ahead and measured it out so I wouldn't have to do that on camera. Next, I am using cotton, and I'm going to put the cotton on top of the newspaper to cover it up, and I also have some of that metallic shreds paper. Not really sure if that's what it's called, but yeah, I'm using that as well to add a little bit of flair to the basket again. And I am putting cute little artificial roses in there. Since I had a few white flowers left over from a previous basket, I decided to just throw a couple of those in there as well. Alright, so yeah, I think that this looks pretty good. So now I'm ready to start putting the items inside. Off camera, I went ahead and taped with Scotch tape the rose bear, the wine, the back scrubber, and also some house shoes for this basket. I want to try to make sure that I had them secured, because it's tough when you put in the basket, as you see, because the basket gets lumpy. But I'm still having issues with the wine, so that's the problem. And this frilly stuff just gets everywhere. I just thought about that. But yeah, as you see, these house shoes are so comfy and cute. Okay, next I'm adding this candle, and it is warm apple pie. Guys, it smells so good. Okay, and then also some Vaseline lotion, and you can pick a different brand of lotion. Next, I am adding a ceramic mug. It has like a marble look, and it has a top on it as well. I love that mug. I have one myself. And yeah, so I just want to push down, making sure everything's secure before taping. And here I like to go and use tape from, I always tape on one side of the basket and then go all the way to the front. This just really adds some security to the basket. Anytime I am taping items, I always make sure that the tape lays against the item, because sometimes you'll have your tape, you know, go around and you don't really touch the item that much. I kind of like to press into it just so it won't move around. And think about it, Scotch tape is transparent, at least the one I'm using, so you won't see it when you put the cello wrap around. So you can use plenty of tape so your items will not move when transporting your basket. So for this video, I decided to use a transparent tape, but sometimes I interchange. I'll use some of that Gorilla Glue putty, and the putty works very well too. Just depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes I feel like for a basket like this, I can get away with using tape and I don't need any putty. So one trick I realized when I do baskets is the sides, of course, are going to be very short for these large baskets. So I go and I tape the side in on the basket. Then I take the top piece of cello wrap that's in the front, and I bring it to the back, and then I tape it down. Then from there, it makes it so much easier when I'm adding my pipe cleaner to tie it all together. The bow that I'm using today is a bow that I've been having for a while, that I had layered with 2 different materials, and I just don't know, I just feel like it's cute. I think it's different and it's cute, so I went ahead and used this bow to top the basket, and I'm just going to go ahead and tuck the pipe cleaner. Okay, last, just fluff out the bow and position it the way that you like. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and let me know what you think about these ideas for gifts that I came up with. I hope you like it, and leave me comments below. Thank you for watching.